Title: She was caught dancing with another man. But the truth shocked her husband. The lights were dim, the music slow, and the atmosphere at the community gala was light-hearted and joyful. Everyone swayed to the rhythm, old couples, teenagers, even those who hadn't danced in years. But for Thomas, standing near the doorway in his formal suit, one sight stole the air from his lungs. There, in the middle of the dance floor, his wife Maya was dancing, in the arms of another man. She laughed, freely, joyfully, the way she hadn't laughed with him in months. The man twirled her, placed his hand gently on her back. And she leaned in. Thomas froze. His heart pounded. The world blurred. The trust he had built over 12 years of marriage cracked with every step she took in that stranger's arms. He turned around, left the hall silently, and drove away without saying a word. He didn't come home that night. Not the next. By the third day, Maya stopped calling. She knew something was wrong. She could feel the pain in his silence. But she also knew the truth, a truth he hadn't given her the chance to explain. On the fourth day, she found him at the small local cafe where they had shared their first date, and 1,000 moments since. He sat alone, stirring his coffee with no intention of drinking it. Maya approached slowly, gently, like one does with a wounded animal. She sat across from him, hands folded, her voice soft. "I know what you saw," she began, "and I know what you thought." Thomas didn't look up. "That man," she continued, "his name is Jason. He has early-onset Parkinson's. Just a year ago, he was a full-time dance instructor. Dancing was his entire life, his joy, his purpose, his therapy. But the tremors started, and the disease took away his confidence." She paused. Her voice cracked slightly. "His wife, her name is Linda, she's my friend from the community center. She told me he hadn't danced in over a year. She asked me to help, just for one night. Just for one song. To remind him of who he was. Who he still is." Thomas looked up finally. His eyes were tired, confused, softer now. Maya went on. "Jason didn't ask me. His wife did. And I said yes, not because I wanted to be close to another man, but because I saw a man who needed to feel human again." There was silence. Long, heavy silence. Thomas swallowed, then spoke quietly. "You laughed. I hadn't seen you laugh like that in a long time." Maya nodded slowly. "Because it reminded me of why I fell in love with you. You used to laugh like that too. You used to make me feel light. But lately, we've both been heavy." Thomas lowered his gaze. His voice was barely above a whisper. "I thought you were slipping away." "I wasn't," she said, leaning closer. "I was just waiting for you to reach out. To see me again. Like you used to." Tears welled up in Thomas's eyes, not from guilt, but from realization. He had been drowning in work, stress, routine. He had stopped dancing. Stopped listening. Stopped loving loudly. That conversation became the first step in a new rhythm between them. They started small. Evening walks. Cooking together. Volunteering at the same community center where Jason taught again, not in person, but virtually, from home, with Maya assisting him, helping others with similar illnesses find joy in movement. Thomas joined in too. They taught dance classes for the elderly, organized therapy through dance sessions for disabled children, and brought music back to lives that had been filled with silence. Together, they didn't just rebuild their marriage. They helped rebuild others. Jason, too, changed. That one dance reignited something in him. With Maya and Linda's encouragement, he launched an online dance course called Still Moving. People from all over joined. Not for the perfect steps, but for the perfect feeling, hope. One night, after a class, Thomas held Maya close in their living room. "I almost threw everything away because I assumed the worst," he whispered. She smiled against his chest. Sometimes, the worst thing we imagine is just the best thing we don't understand yet. He chuckled. Let's never stop dancing, okay? Only if you promise to never stop listening. Misunderstandings can destroy even the strongest bonds, unless we pause to ask, to listen, and to believe in the goodness that still lives within each other. What looks like betrayal may sometimes be a quiet act of kindness. And what feels like the end may just be the beginning of healing, hope, and humanity.